Tonight, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's the NFC Wildcard round on EA Sports. It's the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Washington football team.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the desert southwest, Glendale, Arizona, and State Farm Stadium. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Washington football team and the Arizona Cardinals. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. Fielded in the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up second.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott.
27 yards.
Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
On second down, it's Jones. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively, because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced a 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced a dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. After the play, not a good sign. Dalvin Cook staying on the ground. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line.
He was brought down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
2nd and 5.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Prescott off play action. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. Dak Prescott on the offense heading back onto the field and looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young long. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Prescott from the gun on third. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. A first down throw for Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To the air again, Prescott. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Prescott yet again. And his throw is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Touchdown, Cardinals. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
1st and 10 at their own 17.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And last time they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind him, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
This time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up. Got a man. It's Judy, complete. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jerry Jeudy, 83 yards. And Washington has taken the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Prescott from the gun. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 30, his 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down.
Another Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Now Jones. There he goes left side. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20.
At their own 20-yard.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A gain of 7, and they pick up the 1st. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And he'll wind up picking up about 4, as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Bringing him to the ground defensively, Tedrick Thompson. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
First down, Washington.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he finds Howard complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's caught by Howard. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. 2nd down and 7.
At the 40-yard line.
Back to the ground now with Gordon. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 40 yards. And Washington has taken the lead. I thought as that was developing that he might actually keep it but the right decision, obviously, to hand the football off.
And some teams do a really nice job of taking a little bit longer at the mesh point, meaning where he's going to hand it off or keep it. Sometimes they ride it maybe a step longer than others. That allows him to make the proper decision and have the right person end up with the ball.
And it paid off with a long touchdown run.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On second down, Prescott again. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. They'll throw again. Prescott. He sets up the screen to Jones. And this won't be enough. A good secured tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punter Charlton now, as he's able to get this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
20-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
First down, Washington.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's 3rd and short.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
And some room to work. Touchdown, Washington. Melvin Gordon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And Washington going to add on to their lead. So Melvin Gordon, he has been a 1,000-yard rusher in this league. Known more for getting the tough yards, but he breaks off a big one there.
And that's his 2nd touchdown run of this game. And this one, add a high degree of difficulty to it as well. I'm absolutely marveling at how effortless he makes this look. I mean, let's face it, he had a long way to go. But how about the vision, the creativity with the football in his hands? It's really something to watch.
Yeah, he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Now Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been... And he fires one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll set up a throw. He'll fire deep down, and that's caught inside the 35. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Washington first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
19 Lions. Go.
He'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught by Judy. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Oh, what happened, though?
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit it. There's the penalty.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup, as now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The second of our 2 games here on this Wildcard Saturday is at halftime. We'll get back to you two in just a second. But first, let's take a look ahead to Sunday's action in the NFC. A 3-6 battle that ought to be a good one, as it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. As for our game, it has been very one-sided in that first half, but you can't take anything for granted in playoff football, as we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Again, Gordon on 2nd and goal. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. Laviska Chenault, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4.
Tre'Davious White on the coverage.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because...
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way.
The pass. Fumble on the play.
A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some...
Touchdown, Cardinals! Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cardinals capitalize on the fumble as they turn it into 6.
The Cardinals.
So he visits pay dirt for a 2nd time. Unfortunately, they're still down on the big board.
And I wonder what's going through his mind right now. Playing hard, making big plays. That wasn't a small run by any stretch of the imagination either. To find the end zone for the 2nd time, yet his team's still down. They need more of that from him and a little help from the defensive guys.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They go back to Gordon here on first down. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
On the tackle. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a first down as well.
Cup 19, Cup 19, Bronco 80.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. 3rd and long for Prescott. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Brian Burns. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. On the return, it's White. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Melvin Gordon saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. And it's up and good. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not much there, only a yard. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Prescott. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So,
and Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22.
Warrior 70.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. That's complete right around the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving. And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this carries into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The football going back over to Arizona now. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. Looking sideline, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To the air again, Prescott. Connection made with Chenault. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And that is caught. Now they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Now the point after try for Santos. And that touchdown there, it's not going to get him a win. It makes things a little more respectable.
Yeah, a little more palatable going out in this ball game. A little something to build on going into the next game, but it won't alter the final score.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Washington offense set to take over. They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point on the road, no less, in the wild card round. And they look to finish things off here in this fourth quarter. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. Neville Gallimore on the stop. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. He finds Howard complete and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Cougar 19.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word, playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong. Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory Not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about it.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. After the sack on first down, Prescott, and that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Laviska Shenault, the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Tre'Davious White on the coverage.
Prescott from the gun. He's going to let it fly. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. On play action, they'll throw. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. This is caught inside the 15. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.